Did you know a single tsunami wave can travel as fast as a commercial jet? Tsunamis are not just giant waves, they're an unstoppable force of nature, carrying colossal amounts of energy across the ocean at high speeds. Born from underwater earthquakes or volcanic eruptions, these water behemoths can cross entire oceans without losing their destructive power. Imagine a wall of water, as tall as a skyscraper, racing towards the shore faster than you can run. Today we're counting down the 10 most terrifying tsunamis in history. With over 15,000 fatalities, the 1792 Unzen earthquake and tsunami in Japan takes our 10th spot. As we delve into the details of this catastrophic event, it's important to understand its origins. The disaster was triggered by the eruption of Mount Unzen, a complex of several overlapping stratovolcanoes. The eruption provoked a massive landslide which cascaded into the Ariake Sea, generating the deadly tsunami. The tsunami's waves reached heights of up to 10 meters, wreaking havoc on the surrounding coastal settlements. Entire homes were swept away in an instant, and countless lives were lost. Over 15,000 people perished in the disaster, making it one of the deadliest volcanic tsunamis in history. The aftermath was just as devastating, with survivors grappling with the loss of loved ones and their homes. The 1792 Unzen earthquake and tsunami serves as a stark reminder of the unpredictable power of nature. This tsunami was a tragic reminder of nature's unpredictable power. At number 9, we have the 1868 Arica tsunami in Chile. This cataclysmic event was triggered by an earthquake, one of the most powerful ever recorded, with an estimated magnitude of 8.5 to 9.0. The quake's epicenter was located near the port city of Arica, which at that time belonged to Peru. The seismic activity was so intense that it caused virtually every building in Arica to collapse. But the earthquake was only the opening act. The real horror began when the sea withdrew, only to return as a monstrous tsunami. This wall of water rushed inland, washing away what little remained of Arica. The tsunami's reach wasn't confined to the immediate area. The waves sped across the Pacific, causing damage as far away as Hawaii, Japan, Australia, and New Zealand. In total, an estimated 25,000 lives were lost. This tsunami's waves reached heights of up to 16 meters, causing widespread devastation. Coming in at number 8, the 1908 Messina tsunami in Italy. This cataclysmic event was set into motion by an earthquake of magnitude 7.1 on the Richter scale, striking the heart of the Mediterranean. The city of Messina, sitting like a jewel on the island of Sicily, was the epicenter of this natural disaster. In a matter of minutes the sea withdrew, only to return with a vengeance. A wall of water, estimated to be 12 meters high, surged towards the city, leaving devastation in its wake. Buildings crumbled, streets were flooded, and people were swept away by the sheer force of the water. The aftermath was a scene of unimaginable horror. Survivors emerged from the wreckage to a city in ruins. The death toll was staggering, with estimates ranging between 70,000 to 100,000 lives lost. The 1908 Messina tsunami stands as a grim reminder of nature's power and unpredictability. This tsunami claimed the lives of an estimated 70,000 to 100,000 people. Our 7th spot goes to the 1976 Moro Gulf tsunami in the Philippines. On August 16, 1976, a moment magnitude of 8.0 earthquake struck the Moro Gulf near the island of Mindanao. This massive quake triggered a deadly tsunami that took the lives of thousands. The seismic event occurred at the dead of night, which amplified the devastation. People were caught off guard with little time to escape the incoming waves. The tsunami waves reached as high as 4.5 meters, sweeping away entire coastal communities. The aftermath was nothing short of catastrophic. Infrastructure was heavily damaged, with roads and bridges destroyed, hampering relief efforts. In addition to the immediate loss of life, the tsunami left tens of thousands homeless and without access to basic necessities like clean water and food. This tragic event resulted in the loss of an estimated 5,000 to 8,000 lives. Despite the passage of time, the 1976 Moro Gulf tsunami remains one of the most devastating in history. The 6th most terrifying tsunami is the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami. This catastrophe was triggered by a colossal undersea earthquake off the coast of northern Sumatra. With a staggering magnitude of 9.1, it was one of the strongest quakes ever recorded on Earth. The earthquake's energy was so immense it caused the seafloor to uplift, displacing a tremendous volume of water and setting off a series of deadly waves. These tsunami waves radiated across the Indian Ocean. reaching 14 countries and causing widespread destruction. The loss of life was unprecedented. An estimated 230,000 to 280,000 people lost their lives, making it one of the deadliest natural disasters in recorded history. Entire communities were washed away, countless families torn apart, and the scars left behind continue to remind us of the devastating power of nature. The 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami is one of the deadliest natural disasters in recorded history. At number 5, we have the 1755 Lisbon tsunami. One of the most catastrophic events in European history, this tsunami was triggered by an earthquake with an estimated magnitude of 8.5 to 9. On the morning of November 1st, the sea around Lisbon, Portugal, began to boil and churn. Suddenly, a massive wave surged into the city, swallowing everything in its path. The tsunami didn't stop at Portugal's borders. It charged across the Atlantic, reaching as far as the Caribbean. The devastation was unimaginable. Portugal's capital was left in ruins, with an estimated 30 to 40,000 lives lost. The earthquake and subsequent tsunami also significantly damaged coastal towns in Spain, Morocco, and Algeria. The 1755 Lisbon tsunami is a stark reminder of the raw power of nature. Its effects were felt far beyond Portugal's borders, reverberating across the world. The 1755 Lisbon tsunami is considered one of the most destructive in European history. Coming in at number 4, the 2011 Tohoku tsunami in Japan. This catastrophic event began with a magnitude 9 earthquake off the Pacific coast of Tohoku. The violent shaking triggered a devastating tsunami, waves reaching up to 40 meters high, that engulfed entire cities along the northeastern coast of Japan. But the disaster didn't end there. The tsunami caused a nuclear accident at the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant, leading to the release of radioactive materials. It was the most severe nuclear accident since Chernobyl in 1986, and it added a chilling layer of complexity to the aftermath of the disaster. The tsunami and subsequent nuclear accident inflicted severe damage. Over 15,000 lives were lost and hundreds of thousands of people were displaced. The economic cost was estimated at over $300 billion, making it the costliest natural disaster in world history. The 2011 Tohoku tsunami is remembered not only for its destruction, but also for the resilience of the Japanese people. Our third spot goes to the 1883 Krakatoa tsunami in Indonesia. A catastrophic event that forever altered the course of history. It was an ordinary August day when the island of Krakatoa erupted with a force so powerful it was heard 3,000 kilometers away. What followed was a series of tsunamis triggered by the volcanic eruption. Waves towering up to 36 meters high swept across the Sunda Strait, obliterating coastal towns and villages. The death toll was staggering, with estimates ranging from 36,000 to 100,000 lives lost. The devastation didn't stop there. The eruption caused a global temperature drop, leading to unusually red sunsets around the world for years to come. The Krakatoa event served as a harsh reminder of the raw power nature possesses. It's not just the immediate destruction tsunamis cause, but also the long-lasting effects they can have on our world. The 1883 Krakatoa tsunami is one of the most deadly volcanic tsunamis in history. At number 2, we have the 1958 Lituya Bay tsunami in Alaska. This was no ordinary tsunami. This catastrophe was triggered by a landslide following an earthquake with a magnitude of 7.8 on the Richter scale. But what really sets this event apart is the wave it produced. Imagine a wave so colossal, it makes skyscrapers look like Lego blocks. The wave that resulted from the Lituya Bay landslide reached a mind-boggling height of over 1,700 feet. That's more than 5 football fields stacked end to end. This wave, the highest ever recorded, obliterated everything in its path, leaving behind a landscape scarred by its raw power. The forests surrounding the bay were completely stripped, leaving a stark trim line that is still visible today. The 1958 Lituya Bay tsunami was a stark reminder of the unstoppable force that nature can unleash. The 1958 Lituya Bay tsunami is famous for its record-breaking wave height of over 500 meters. And the most terrifying tsunami in history is the 1700 Cascadia tsunami. It was on the night of January 26, 1700, when the Pacific Northwest was rocked by a mighty earthquake. The Cascadia subduction zone, a tectonic plate boundary stretching from Northern California to Vancouver Island, had ruptured, releasing centuries of pent-up energy. The earthquake was so powerful it sent a tsunami racing across the Pacific Ocean. Imagine the sheer terror of the indigenous peoples, going about their nightly routines when the ground began to shake, and then, a wall of water rushing inland, obliterating everything in its path. This cataclysmic event wasn't just felt in North America. Across the ocean in Japan without warning, waves up to 5 meters high crashed onto the shores, flooding fields and homes, an event known as the orphan tsunami, because it had no parent earthquake in Japan. The 1700 Cascadia tsunami serves as a stark reminder of the raw power of nature. From Japan to the United States, tsunamis have shaped our world in devastating ways. We've journeyed through time and across continents, recounting tales of the top 10 most terrifying tsunamis. Each wave, from the 1792 Unzen earthquake to the 1700 Cascadia tsunami, brought with it unimaginable loss and destruction. These stories underscore the sheer might of nature and the fragility of human life. These tsunamis serve as reminders of the power of nature and the importance of preparedness and resilience.